Hello everybody, we are Used Tissue Inc. and here we are with Risk of Rain. I do plan to play this game maybe every other day because since they will be about 40 to 50 minute episodes on average, they do take a very long time to upload since they are going to be in 1080p. But I think it'll be worth it. You know, just get some nice runs in to really get us going. Probably gonna record these in the morning, or we'll see about the afternoon. But we're gonna turn these two off, since I haven't played this game in a bit, so not really feeling up to that extra little challenge. But the rest of these can stay. So we're gonna play as Acrid. I do have all the characters and artifacts unlocked because I have I think 120 something hours into this. But let's get going on this run. Alright, so first thing we gotta do is try to avoid taking damage because we have glass cannon on, meaning we do 500% of the damage with only 10% of the health. Adds some challenge, but it's very well worth it. Speeds the runs up quite a bit. Oh, and here we go with a box. We are going to take immediately infusion. So killing an enemy permanently increases your health. So that means every kill you get increases your max HP by 1. Which is very helpful with glass cannon here, bringing our health down very much. But now over time we'll fix that. Alright, so here's a teleporter. I think we're gonna stick actually, let's just start this right off. Set up this line. Make sure we don't get hit by any of these. We'll come back for that box in a minute. Oof. We do not want to die here. Almost ran back into that. We'll wait a minute so we don't get killed while we're opening those. But also we do want to get as many kills in these 90 seconds because the spawn rate is up, and that means possibility of more boxes. We're gonna take this one quick and start up with some barbed wire. What I like to do is stack as much barbed wire as possible, and then you can just walk into a level and sit there, and all the enemies as they spawn die, because eventually, I think after you get past like 300 maybe, I don't know, it's been a while, but if you get past like a certain number, then certain number of barbed wire, you can stack them. If you get past a certain number of them, then you can they'll end up going off the screen, like that. This little aura I have around me will grow until it's off the screen completely. And I did pick up Frost Relic. I took Frost Relic right out of the box because that one, I think that's what that one's called, because that will actually save us early game from some trouble. Alright, well that was the last guy, so let's move right along. Damp Cave's not my favorite, but And then the reason this is not my favorite is because it's got some pretty annoying enemies. 1 and 2, it's a pretty large map with too many places for them to hide the teleporter. Makes me a little bit annoyed every time I get this place, because when I do, it takes me the extra time to have to find how to get to the exit to get out of here. So basically I'm stuck here until I can manage to find my way out. In some cases I do get lucky and find my way out right away, but it's not always, meaning this run we could possibly spend the extra time looking for it. Alright, well, it's not up here, so there's one of the annoying enemies. Although he did give us a box. We're gonna take Soldier's Syringe. That'll increase our attack speed a little bit, but if we keep stacking them over a little bit of time, I think how many was it? I got a huge stack of them one time, and our damage was just off the wall because our attack speed was so fast that even though our damage wasn't the greatest, we were able to we're gonna take the gasoline, because that means anytime an enemy dies, fire will spawn below them, which is very good because take another one of these, because that means if I stand in that little fire pit, enemies will die. If right here where there's a box, if something dies, we're gonna take Will-O-Wisp. So that means if there's like a huge group and you kill one of them at least, there's a chance that one explodes, and if one explodes, most likely the explosion damage will kill all of them or damage them severely. So that is oh, there it is. Alright, we're gonna have to go right up there so I can get out of here. That learn the platform. Alright, we're gonna set this up as a little trap, and we're gonna have to take him out as fast as we can so we don't take any dumb damage. That was relatively easy. The chests have now stacked. We're gonna take this. If you couldn't see, that was the toxic worm and another barbed wire. Toxic worm is that little green orbital kind of thing floating around us right now, that if you touch an enemy, it'll pass along, kind of like in a little infection. We're gonna take this, and then we're gonna take this, and we're gonna start stacking up on our barbed wire. And I think since we've got some piggy bank action going on here, we're gonna take, actually, we're gonna take this. So this means every time we kill an enemy, that electric ring will get bigger and bigger, and it does damage. So let's let's take out these remaining enemies and move right along. We're at 8 minutes. Let's we're at cruising speed. Wonder where it'll send us next. It's always good to pick up some Ancient Valley. Always good to pick up some money, some like the piggy bank. I'm gonna get Smart Shopper in the next green one because that will help us out at the end of every level. Money turns into XP. You know, we want to avoid being killed by these guys. Well, killed obviously, but taking damage from them. They are pretty powerful. Wonder what kind of boss it's gonna throw at us at the end of this one. The Clayman. We want to avoid letting any elite Claymen coming after us because they can, some of them can fire rockets. Ooh. Okay, so the reason this chest spawned was because of Enigma. It's a random use item. Words. It's a random use item that we're gonna take Smart Shopper. It's a random use item that allows it to use any use item in the game in whatever random pattern it wants. And one of the use items is to spawn that, a chest, and only gave us a gray one. We still have not seen a tier 3 chest, and it's making me a bit nervous that we don't have any tier 3 items. So I'm sure we'll get one soon, probably by the end of this level. If not, we might be in a little bit of trouble. I'm gonna spread this disease around, kill these guys as fast as we can. Alright, we're gonna head back up because it looks like the teleporter is up on this side, meaning I could have just walked left and found it, but we did get some valuable items on our walk down and across here. And here we go. Here's a tier 3 one, and I think that we're going to immediately take the sacrificial knife or ceremonial dagger, excuse me, because that'll actually help us get kills faster. More kills, more boxes. It's a good system. I'm gonna take a look up here. Alright, just some enemies. Oh, small Enigma. Good item to get. If over time you collect small Enigmas, it lowers your time that you have to wait to use Enigma, which is the random use item generator, which, as you can see, it takes relatively a good chunk of time. If we get another red box, I think we will take Brilliant Behemoth, so we have that explosion damage. Yep, and here is our way out. Ooh, Ifrit. I was actually hoping for an effort fight, except I didn't say it because I couldn't even think of his name. It's been that long. We're gonna take Guardian's Heart, so that'll allow us to be over the health cap if we actually get up there. And that was brilliant, or not brilliant behemoth, Will-o-the-Wisp in action there. With that explosion taking out that whole group. Our barbed wire is slowly growing. Ceremonial dagger is doing its job. But to give a little background on how often I've actually, I mean, yeah, I told you that I had played 100 something hours. I think it was 127 last time I had looked. But my longest run ever, like without exiting or dying or anything, was 12 hours, I think. It was like somewhere around 12 hours and 40 minutes. And no, I was not sitting there the entire time. I may or may not have a life. Ooh. Alright, right here is another artifact. I think this is the artifact to command. This is the top right corner of the map. You don't really need any special items to get over here. Just a bit of intuition, and I have failed. Jetpack or Hopo Feathers, maybe even Photon Jetpack, do help you out a little bit. But, it's possible to get up there without any special extra jump. You just pick up the artifact when you get up there. I don't think it's worth the time to go and get it because I already have them, but now you know where it is. Alright. So 16 minutes and we're rolling at a good pace. I don't mean to speed run this one very much. You know, being the first episode. Want to spend as much time really getting used to YouTube. Since we are a new channel, I'm only one of 4 people. My name is Jake. The others, we do plan to play, like, try and play as much together as possible. But right now, this is before the launch, as I'm recording this. So, I'm just trying to, like, create some things to go up after we launch. So we're not, kind of like a backlog. Alright, we're gonna, what should we take? We're gonna take this. This is golden gun, meaning the more gold we have, the more damage we do. So we want to fill up that, we want to fill up this bar right here. We've got a pretty good income. I mean, I guess we could take a couple more piggy banks to boost that. But as you get more gold, more damage. So for those Binding of Isaac players, it's just like that power up. What's it called? I had it just a minute ago. What is it? Well, for those who actually play Binding of Isaac, you'll know what I'm talking about. The item that as you get to 99 coins, you get a boost of a certain amount. and I am sort of new to Binding of Isaac. I like the game, great design. It's a good challenge. Bit more of a challenge for me that I don't have that much time to really try and learn a whole new game at this point. Been a little bit busy, but maybe when I get a little bit better at it, I might record a bit for it. But I've been spending a lot of time playing Nuclear Throne. I was unaware of this game. I only recently saw it on Steam, and I bought it, and I was like, we'll see where this game goes. It looks like a decent amount of fun. And it's a bit of an understatement. It is an amazing game. Hard to believe that it came out 2 years ago in 2013. They're on update 81 as of the time I'm recording this. I'm sure they're gonna have 82 out soon. But that'll be a fun game to play in the future. I do plan to play that. Probably not as often as I'm gonna play this, because I'm not as good at that as I am for this game, since I've only had it a couple weeks. We're gonna activate this. This is the advanced teleporter. Forget the exact name of it. I used to know the name of like everything in this game. Forgot we picked up a hopo feather here. So there was the boss dead. So the thing about this teleporter is it gives us now the option to. We're gonna take the ukulele. It gives us the option to either loop back to the beginning or continue the boss. We're gonna continue to the boss for time's sake. I don't want to waste too much of your time, but take would be a good item to take. Dio's not. I thought it was Dio's friend. That's in the triple or the third tier. We don't have drones, so this isn't useful. We're gonna take leeching seed, I guess, and more barbed wire. So here we are at this, and we're gonna click Q to go to the final level. And here we are on the ship. So let's find those key cards as fast as possible. I think we're in that little special area. No, it's not here. I think right about here there's a possibility that there's a special area. Either that or I'm talking about maybe a floor below. We'll find out. Hopefully we get a key card out of. It's not out of these. It's out of they look exactly like this except they're golden. So hopefully we find a few of those around here, or maybe if the enemy drops, any of the enemies drop any for us, that'll be great. Perk of barbed wire, we can kill enemies through walls with the amount of range we now have. We got a pretty good little circle there for only 11 barbed wire. hopefully Will-O-the-Wisp takes over here, and there we go. Does the immense amount of damage that it does. Too bad we didn't get any more red boxes. I was planning to pick up Brilliant Behemoth, so we have that extra explosion damage. But I guess we can't get all the things we like in one run. Let's open as many gates as we can at a time to save time. Still don't see any of those, the golden keycard boxes. A little bit surprised. There's usually one right where you spawn. I'm looking forward to any updates that they put out for this game. It's been a little bit. The last ones the last update they had was the one that added Loader and Chef, two amazing characters, still without animations set, which I thought they might come back and do, but they've been working with cross-platforming of the game, so it can be on like game consoles instead of just PC, which is a good idea because that gets them more money, and with more money they can spend more money on the updates. Right here, A to inspect. Right here is Handy, where you unlock Handy. So you see him right there in that, he's in that crate. So now, if I hadn't already had him unlocked, if you open that when you get here, that unlocks Handy for you to use. Hopefully we can defeat the boss in a timely manner. Oh yeah, here's where I was talking about. Right here, there is, if you hold down and walk forward, there's a crawl space, and there's chance that well, I think normally there's supposed to be a gold chest here. It costs a very large amount, about 5,000. I would be able to buy it, but I do not have. Since I have command, means no items are no longer random. That means no chest spawn, so. But I think choosing our own items is a lot better than getting a chance to have a good one. Still no keycard. A little bit surprised. But as I said before, we still didn't get any more of the red boxes, the tier 3 box. Let's talk about a little bit about the channel. We're all very new to YouTube. We've wanted to do YouTube for the longest time, never had the means necessary. Like, we all purchased our own microphones since our headsets caught every noise possible. That would have been just terrible quality to listen to. And now that we've got that out of the way, we also have a bit more free time than we had before, which is good. So each one of us, as I said, have have wanted to do. Not gonna let us in. We don't have a key card. Have wanted to do YouTube for that amount of time, but we need a key card, or that boss fight's gonna be a little bit more challenging. Now that we finally have the availability, we plan to put out lots of content together, like just enjoying ourselves. Like Duck Game is one of our favorites. Some solo content will be created, but an idea that I had that seems like it's gonna work out, everyone agrees that it's a good idea, is that maybe every 2 weeks we're gonna have a rotation of people going from house to house. Like, everyone's gonna come to my place, but not at the same time, and we're gonna record a game of just the two of whoever is together at that time. We launch by the time this is out, we launched on August 2nd with another one of the ideas that I came up with and ran through the channel, and everyone agreed with it. I did have a little bit of help from one of the other people you'll meet soon. Very creative, bombastic person. But we're gonna do a little thing called Sunday morning game sessions, and since there is an obstruction for one person, there's gonna be a switch off of every week. Oh, thank God, there is one right here for a key card. So we're gonna start off with an early morning game session, and then release content later in the day. After we do that, we're gonna actually, I can't release all the details about that yet, since we'll talk about it during the first ever live episode. Not live, like live broadcast. Live as in the first one we've been uploading tests to really get used to the format of YouTube. Oh, thank God, another red one. But alright, we're gonna take Brilliant Behemoth. But the first one to go public sort of thing, there will only be 2 of us out of the 4 of us there. The other 2 have other things planned, but the next Sunday everyone should be there, where everyone will be introduced. I don't want to do the introducing for anyone else. Let them introduce themselves as they'd like to. But alright, we're gonna have to make a decision. We only have 1 key card. It's not often this happens. Medical bay, I think, yeah, we don't have that crazy amount of health. We're gonna have to take the medical bay option to get the med spawner, which is highlighted in red up there. Whichever, if you can get to all 4 rooms with the key cards, which we can't because for whatever reason there weren't a lot of key card spawns here. Granted, I did not explore the entire map. Um, but ooh, that's good. That's good too. If we could, we would open up the rooms, the other rooms, and there's other items that you can spawn into the battle room for the final boss. That one just gives us a large amount of health, so if we do get in any real trouble, we can take him out. Or we can make sure we don't get taken out before we take him out. We're gonna take Dio's friend. Thank you. So cheat death once. Since we don't have the most health and our damage isn't nothing to write home about, we're going to take Dio's friend, giving us an extra chance to live. Here we are in the final boss room. Right up here in the top right, here's our item that we got from the medical bay that will heal us if we need to. But over here would be a cannon that does very nice amount of damage. Here shows you the artifacts you have enabled. And here we go, fighting the final boss. Alright, let's get that poison damage on him. Make sure he doesn't stun us. He's going down relatively quick. Oof, took a little bit of dumb damage there. Gotta avoid standing still for a minute. Alright, so he's dead. Let's avoid getting touched by that beam. That would be not good for us. Ooh. We did it anyways. We got touched by the beam. Ouch. Did a number on our damage there. But they're both dead. So here we go with the last piece, in which he does have some helpers down here. So we need to avoid getting hit for a bit while our health recovers. Also waiting for that medical machine to be functional again. If it happens, ooh, shadow. If it does happen to be functional anytime soon, that'd be great, because we are taking some heavy damage. Let's not die here. We've come so far. But lower health does mean more speed, so we can outrun some of the attacks. Hopefully that medical machine pops itself back up. Oh, well, he's almost dead anyways. So let's not die here, and there we go. Dead. And that concludes our first run for Risk of Rain. Hope you enjoyed watching. And, come on. Yeah, we've seen this all before. But, over time I will explain things about Risk of Rain, because it's, got a bit of a learning curve. There's a little bit preview for those who don't know anything about this game, or post view, since we're at the end. Those were all the enemies. These are all the developers and people. As I said before, thank you for watching, and so that puts us at a win streak of 1. I'm gonna keep a personal win streak written down somewhere since this game does not have an internal one. Hopefully we can build that up to a nice high number before we fail ourselves and reset back to 0. That was a good fun run. I could have focused a little bit more on our AoE, area of attack, or area of effect, meaning our barbed wire. But hope you enjoyed, and we are Used Tissue Inc. signing out.